can't think of an example of something I've seen like that in covering Washington.
This is not the Steve Bannon version of Donald Trump.
I got to give the president of the United States a lot of credit. He allowed the TV cameras in there for this really remarkable meeting.
I'm sure I'm going to get hit for this, and I don't really care. I think that the bottom line is that this is, a year ago, this is the presidency that many people thought Donald Trump was capable of.
Interesting. Media analysts and pundits basically talking positively in their coverage about President Trump, praising his on-camera 55-minute bipartisan immigration meeting at the White House yesterday. President Trump even making a point to address the positive feedback, noting though some critics remain unmoved. Take a listen.
You know, some of them called it a performance. I consider it work, but got great reviews by everybody other than two networks who were phenomenal for about 2 hours. Then after that, they were called by their bosses and say, "Oh, wait a minute." And unfortunately, a lot of those anchors sent us letters saying that was one of the greatest meetings they've ever witnessed.
Joining me now, Fox News political analyst Gianna Caldwell, Democrat strategist Wendy Osefo. What do you think, Wendy? Looks like the media pretty positive about that meeting yesterday. What do you think?
Yeah, I do think it was positive, and I think that we have to give him credit where credit is due. However, we cannot negate the fact that he did contradict himself sometimes, and that's something that we have to look at. So, yes, I applaud him for being presidential, and I think Democrats should do that. When he does something, we should applaud him, and when he does something bad...
You're talking about contradicting himself in the meeting?
In the meeting, yeah, when he talked about comprehensive immigration, and even Langford as well as MacArthur was like, whoa, what are you saying here? And MacArthur actually said, I was a little bit confused during the meeting because I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, I hear he's new to the presidency, getting those terms correct. President Trump reaching across the aisle to fix the immigration system yesterday, Gianno. What did you make of the president's negotiating skills here?
Well, I thought it was phenomenal to have an open door meeting like that where you have two Democrats on each side of you, Senator Dick Durbin from my home state of Illinois being one of them, who's the former Senate whip, to talk about these very complex issues and say, look, I'm willing to go comprehensive and I'm willing to take the hit for that. I thought that he showed leadership, which I think is something that a lot of people have wanted to see, especially on an issue like this that impact 11 million people and about 1 million people who are currently dreamers in this, 1 million people who are in that status of trying to get renewed. So that was interesting. I think what he has to do is stay on track, stay on message. I know he said that a lot of anchors have sent them letters, and Jesse Ward has made a joke about that on the 5 today, how, you didn't get the letter that quickly. But although, that was one thing, but I thought that's overwhelmingly positive that we're having this conversation in a bipartisan fashion.
And Wendy, you need 9 Democrat votes. Mm-hmm. Congressman Bob Goodlatte and others came up with a bill, and they introduced it today, saying for Dreamers, green cards. What's wrong with that? Can Democrats sign on to that?
I don't know if Democrats can sign on to that. We need to know that wall is not going to happen. That is
But the president says that's non-negotiable. Can they just say yes, basically green cards for Dreamers, renew them every 3 years?
No.
Why?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Why?
Because that's not what they're
common
pushing.
Sense.
Because no, that's not what they're pushing
They're
for.
here illegally. What do you think, Gianno? Green cards for Dreamers? Bob Goodlatte is saying that.
And you know what? And I'll say this. I don't have an issue with that because you can possibly apply for citizenship, whatever that path may be. That could be good. Now, also, when we talk about the border...
He's saying no. Yeah, that's the difference. He said no.
He's saying green cards, no path to citizenship. Go ahead.
So the wall is another issue altogether. We're talking about 700 miles, 710 miles of a wall. Interesting to me, in 2006, Hillary Clinton voted for the Secure Fence Act, which gave us 700 miles of fencing. I don't understand how this is now a divisive issue when Democrats supported it before they were against it.
To 26 Democrats were for that fence. So was Obama supported.
Obama did.
Border security.
Hillary Clinton did as well. I think it's the rhetoric, and I think it's the optics.
And Bill Clinton.
And Bill Clinton did as well. It's the rhetoric and it's the optics. If we can come together, as I always say, in a bipartisan manner, and make sure that everybody's needs are met, I think that we could move forward on this in a comprehensive way.
You guys are great. We love having you on, Wendy and Gianna. Thank you so much. And good to finally meet you, Wendy, in person. We're going to be right back. Don't go away. More after the break.